to the Indie Wrestling Guy with your hosts, the Hall of Fame referee, JHawk, the not-so-mysterious benefactor, JGold, and the legendary Charly Butters.
It's the Halloween episode, spooky.
No, didn't you hear? You can't say that anymore. Correct.
What is spooky? Oh
yeah.
Lord!
Oh,
There was a whole thing on Trackler's Facebook page about whether that's correct or not.
what I did to the toilet
up.
earlier was pretty racist then, because that was a spooky dookie.
Oh well, I want to tell you, I know I'm old now because my daughter and I sat at the dining room table tonight watching Thriller. She's never seen the Thriller, the whole thing, the movie video thing. And she was like, "What is this? When are they going to say Thriller?" I'm like, "You got to wait until they get to the part where he's dancing in the street with the zombies and stuff." Like she was so impatient. She thought it was just supposed to kick right in and everything. I'm like, "You got to watch it."
I thought you were gonna say that you were fucking shaving your balls and it was just nothing but gray hair. That's how you knew you were old.
What the hell? No, not yet. Not yet. Thank God. That's the one thing. That's the one part of my body.
Ready for your new job at the Glory Hole. I didn't know.
That's right. We did talk about this prior to coming on the air, and apparently I'm not the receiver on the Glory Hole side, not utilizing the equipment, but
his mouth is sweet and womanly. That's what you got to know.
It's a very Halloweeny.
That's
Halloweeny.
That's how you sell it.
That's what it is.
Sweet and womanly. Look at that pretty mouth on him. That Jew mouth.
Terrible. Speaking of terrible, I saw a terrible movie, Afterburn, with Dave Batista. So that's wrestling related. Batista, Samuel Jackson, and the guy who has the red beard from Game of Thrones. And it was absolute garbage. It was even worse than Into the Lost Lands. And that movie was absolute garbage as well. I can't believe
people were trying to say Batista had like the best run of movies post being a wrestler.
No way.
But I honestly think it's Cena. I think Cena has had the run.
It absolutely Cena stuff. You could go off of his Peacemaker, Trainwreck, that Amy Schumer movie.
Mm-hmm. Even though it had Amy Schumer in it, it was still a good movie.
Yeah.
Because his parts were fucking hilarious.
You could
Ricky
tell me.
Stanicki.
Yes.
I mean, he's bangers. Everything's been bangers with him. He's fucking great.
Batista has been in some questionable right to deep video on demand garbage where he has this, like, his face is always looks like he has too much makeup on. His hair is painted on his head. His eyebrows are dark. His beard is dark. It's very strange.
Yeah, he did like the Guardians movies and the Marvel movies, and then he did Blade Runner, and then it's been downhill since.
Oh, they said Knock at the Cabin Door was a good one for him, but that was it. You're right. That was. Oh no, you didn't like that one?
I didn't even watch that shit.
Oh yeah, no, that was based off that book. It wasn't horrible, but
so we got to talk about this too. Josh, Welcome to Derry. What the fuck, dude? They killed off like fucking three of the fucking main characters right off the rip, bro. What?
Wait, were they main characters if they're already?
They were to me. I was like, I like those kids. They were fucking hilarious, talking about nipples and shit. Like they were just like kids in like the 50s. Like what the
murdered by a mutant baby.
Yeah, mutant bat
Everybody
baby
watch.
thing. What the fuck?
By the way, midnight. Because this drops Thursday, so midnight Friday morning, the episode's coming out 3 days early, episode 2 for Halloween. So we get that one a day.
Are you serious?
That one. Yeah, we get that 3 days early. Yeah,
fucking wild, dude.
That movie, that show was great. Yeah, I was all on.
It. I was like, what the fuck?
The scene in the car with the pregnancy and the was crazy. That was crazy.
They said that was the first thing that they saw, and they were instantly like, "Yes, let's do all like that. That's perfect. Let's do that." I'm like, the show, like the company and everything was all about it. I'm like,
yeah,
crazy.
I hope everybody watches that so we have more to talk about when that comes out every week. Because I'm telling you, people, even whoever we interview must watch Welcome to Derry because that first episode was bonkers. It was bonkers.
I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting like a slow burn show where like maybe by the end it's something. Damn.
Yeah,
like,
they're not messing around.
Swinging. I loved it. I loved it. I was like, all right. You got me.
Well, did you ever watch Castle Rock when it was on Hulu?
I love that show. Castle was great. Rock.
I'm very disappointed that never got another run. Yeah. Anything in Stephen King's universe where you give me like more backstory than I probably deserve, I love. Like I absolutely love that.
And you just saw The Long Walk, so what'd you think of that? Like you didn't like the ending, right?
I
But
didn't
you
like
like
the
rest
ending.
of the movie.
Yeah, because well, it's not that I don't understand it. Because in the book it's a lot easier. You kind of get where he's going, where the ending goes. But this I did not. I did not understand the ending. But otherwise,
Yeah, it was like a really weird, like, I don't know, they talked themselves into doing something different, and then they just painted themselves in a corner, and they're like, well, I guess this is what we'll do, and it'll work. It was fine, but it felt cheap after what we just, like, the emotional connection you had with the people going through it. Like, fuck,
the
man,
way
that's crazy.
the way each person ended their walk was probably more. It was better than I expected. The way each person was fleshed out, and you got everybody basically fleshed out how they ended their walk, and it was amazing.
It was
I enjoyed
impressive.
it.
Like, it wasn't like it wasn't,
They
and
got
the
a
fact
bad
that
rap.
they did, like, I don't think it was, I think there was
Made no money.
I don't know. Well, it wasn't like there was hard to, like, it's hard to, like,
it's good
market
horror.
something like that.
Yeah.
Unless you put it like right in, like, from Stephen King, which you got to put it in like October. It might do okay, but like, who
It
knows?
had
Like,
Mark Hamill in it. Like, how could you not want to see Luke Skywalker be mean to people?
Predator Badlands coming out in like a week, and like I was gonna go see Black Phone today, and I didn't. I just been kind of down and out, and I decided not to leave the house. But like, I wanted to see that. I need to see Predator Badlands when it comes out. Like, I can't believe they didn't release that this month. I thought that was gonna be a.
And The Running Man is next month. All that stuff. But and then this week, last week I also watched Caught Stealing. That movie was not half bad at all. That movie is kind of frantic and chaotic. I enjoyed that one too. That was Austin Butler. I'm catching up on all the movies.
I'm not
and
a big
Tron.
Austin Butler guy. I don't know. I don't like him too much.
No, he was. I liked him in Dune 2 as Fade Routha, and I liked him in this. Otherwise, I'm kind of iffy on him.
You know who could have replaced him and probably did a way better job?
Who?
Donovan Danhausen.
Oh,
he could have played those roles and killed them, like the makeup and everything. You'd have been like, what the fuck?
I made all the human money.
and if he like if they didn't even like say anything about the makeup, he just kept acting like just like a normal person without the never fucking mention the makeup. Like, that would have been crazy. It would have been good stuff.
That would have been kind of out of character for him. Yes.
But no, he was at Monsters in the Toy Box on Friday. He didn't have a massive line, obviously, because he was literally in Youngstown the week before. So like, it was but we had a pretty decent line of people. The usual
people still pop as big for him as he did, like, as he was. What year do you think was his biggest year? Because what year did he do Conan?
It was all during the pandemic.
Yeah. Okay.
So probably that was 2021, 2022.
So his epic, I think he had some run from like 9, and this was just indies before AEW picked him up. I think like 19 through 22, I think were probably his hottest.
Well, he got signed to ROH in 2020, and then he did a little bit in like 19 and stuff, but then when they got bought by AEW, then it was just kind of like a waiting game for when he showed up in AEW. Which we talked about. We talked about him showing up against in the match, the lights out match with Adam Cole and Orange Cassidy, and he said that originally Cody wanted him to be on a ladder in his ladder match during that same night instead of during the main event, but it made more sense for him to be in Orange Cassidy's group than try to figure out what to do with him with Cody, because Cody was leaving. So
it makes sense.
But they wanted him on like a ladder. When you pull out a ladder, and he'd have been on the ladder.
They need to work in, Danhausen could be even better, a better version of like the Joe Hendry, like just appearing. You can have Danhausen appear everywhere and there'd be nothing. I
asked him, I was like, like, would you really want to go to WWE? Like, if they take your gimmick or whatever? And like, and he said that they have a guy that's an iguana with an iguana.
Yeah,
on their show now, and so he thinks that he'd be just fine, and he said he would wrestle weekly. I thought maybe he wouldn't want to, and he's like, no, I'd wrestle weekly if it was on national television, sure.
Yeah,
and like, he even like said he talked about doing a dark match every week with like Serpentico just to get the crowd warmed up, and like they didn't even want to do that with him on AEW. Like, they literally were just like, nah. Because basically what Tony wants is like PWG / ROH 2005, 2006. Like, he He doesn't want a big mix of comedy. Like there's no comedy in his wrestling. Like Orange is that guy. That's it. There's not enough room for more than one.
Orange is irony, not comedy, isn't it? Isn't that what it is?
I know, but that's what
stupid.
it seems like. That's what it seems like. So I mean, maybe he will end up in NXT, and then it'll make me fucking have to watch NXT every week. I don't know. We'll see.
Then you could join the night shift and hang out with us and talk about Danhausen on every week on NXT.
God, 2 podcasts a week. Jesus Christ, I can barely do one now. Fuck.
Do have enough time with you twice a week, JGold. You really think you can have Butters twice a week?
Listen, you can say that to my wife. She's already not speaking to me today, so we're good.
And she got to deal with you every day. I think
every
once or twice
day.
a week.
That's right. Every day. When I have not worked the last 2.5 months, every day, literally every day.
I'm just wondering, like, what if it was like a hypnosis accident? Then if I say the word like nutmeg, is she gonna wake up and start screaming that she's married to this guy?
Some of the words I've said have woken her up screaming. I'm pretty sure. It's definitely not nutmeg. Okay. I'll tell you that.
Okay, can we keep the PG-13 at least?
It is. What are you talking about? We talked about glory holes to open the show. Yeah. Come on, brother.
Yes.
Fair.
Now let's talk about shout outs. Sure.
Shout out Zach, shout out Bagelmonger, and shout out to Patty.
Hey Patty. Sorry I missed you last week, Patty, but hello and happy Halloween.
Yes, it's Peppermint Patty. It's early. I know she likes those for Christmas, but I think we get away with it for Halloween as well.
Do you get trick-or-treaters, Butters, at your house, JHawk? Do you guys get them?
No.
Yeah, I honestly don't know because I take my son to a different town for trick-or-treating where I'm never home.
No, that's what I do. But we just leave a bowl in the front yard, and it says take one, and then some kids come over with the pillowcases and just take it all. But
Yeah. So my wife's gonna stay home this year because her hip's bothering her and she can't do the walking. So I can let you know next week probably.
Yeah.
But.
Growing up, this neighborhood was packed with kids up and down. Like I trick-or-treated this neighborhood as a kid every single year and always had a ton of candy. Zero the last 2 years I've lived here, and it's very disappointing. Like there's nobody walking, nobody's out, like very bummed. I can't believe there's nothing anymore. But when I was a kid growing up for 10 years straight, there was this was the place to be, and it's super weird that it's nothing now.
My mom never let us leave the house for Halloween. She would turn all the lights out and lock the door and then not answer the trick-or-treaters. That was the way it was.
I hated those people because you could hear them inside half the time.
Yeah, we were in a garden apartment, so our door faced out. I'm like, they know we're in here. You could see on the other side of the building, like you could see the lights on. But she was insistent on us not going out, so we never went trick or treating as kids.
So you were like Anne Frank on Halloween with the diary,
writing my diary under the bed. Yeah. When I wanted to go out dressed like Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah,
it happens. Anyway.
What's on this weekend?
All right, over on Triller TV, the International Wrestling Cartel present Winner Take All, Saturday, November 1st at 7 p.m. Eastern Time from Canalicus, Pennsylvania. Stacked lineup here, the main event. IWC Heavyweight Champion Duke Davis defending against the Neon Tarantino Derek Dillinger. Super Indie Champion Spencer Slade defending against Von Vertigo. IWC Women's Champion TNA Knockout Mila Moore defending against Amanda Bliss. Tag Team Champion Bubba the Bulldog and Bulk Nasty against Jimmy Vegas and Super Hentai. High Stakes Champion Marcus D'Angelo against the debuting Agent 001 James Wan. Bill Collier taking on Cam Holloway to determine the #1 contender to the Super Indie Championship. Elijah Dean, accompanied by Jock Sampson, taking on Kane and Christopher, accompanied by Justin Plummer. Plus Felix Kahn, Mac Nystrom, Jamie Jamison, Andrew Pallet, Anthony Katina, and more. That's Triller TV, Saturday at 7 p.m.
All right. Over on the Indie Wrestling Television Network side, I don't see where this is from, but Sunday, November 2nd, 2 p.m., Pro Wrestling Symphony presents Demon Days. And this is going to lead off. The reason I'm picking this is because this is for Butters. The big match on this one is no holds barred Mad Dog Connolly versus Shane Mercer.
Oh,
so you're going to get someone's getting hurt really badly. Donovan Dijak versus Teriyaki. Colby Carter, Shug D, Jaden Newman versus Alejandro. And then there's a women's tournament, Freya the Slayer versus Brittany Brooks, Sigrid versus Jazzy Yang, and then Jake Painter and Javen Amira versus the Stew Crew. And that is all on Sunday at 2 o'clock on the Independent Wrestling Television Network.
And that'll be from the East Side Bowl in Madison, Tennessee.
Oh, there you go. East Side Bowl.
I figured it was going to be like Tennessee, somewhere like that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of southern names.
Doing a review.
We are covering Enjoy Wrestling Supersonic.
Good.
Took place September 6, 2025 from Vellum Fermentation in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. My notes are from the live feed on the Patreon. I don't know if there's differences on the YouTube feed or not that came out earlier this week or last week, I guess, technically.
I watched the whole thing on YouTube, so I'll let you know.
Okay. All right. But the gimmick is the Supersonic tournament. Mikey Montgomery is defending the Enjoy Championship in every match he wrestled in the tournament.
Yep.
So if he loses the tournament, he loses the title. We open with an in-ring promo with Billy Dixon. Crowd doesn't let him talk for several minutes. Dixon says that his ex-fiancée, Connie Kick, is not here due to travel issue because he cut up her real ID and she couldn't get past the UK.
You know what? Billy Dixon cuts a good promo. I've never been a huge fan of his in-ring work, but his personality and his promos as a mouthpiece are probably one of the more underrated as far as on the indies. He should be doing more like that as well, being a mouthpiece, because he's great at it. People hate him. Woo!
Yeah, they absolutely do. He said that Connie threw his engagement ring away, and the crowd chant, "You deserve it."
Mm-hmm.
That's just cruel.
Listen,
that's just fucking. I'm sorry, that's just fucking cruel. You get, I don't want to say left at the altar. That's technically not the case, but you get.
Sunny is a vengeful bitch. She is not going to put up with that from Billy Dixon at all. So I like that.
Yeah, but Billy does remind us that it was Sunny who got pinned when Mikey won the title, not Billy. And they will be having a till death steel cage match on December 13th at the Next to Joy show. So
they give away the cage right away, even though they bring it up again later on in the evening. So interesting. And I got to say, I like the tournament where the champ is in it and the title's on the line every time the champ wrestles. That's a pretty different thing for wrestling because they never give that away. So I like that.
We go to the first match of the tournament. It is structured as 4 semifinal matches, with the final being a 4-way. I've always preferred just the standard single elimination format, but I get it. It's already kind of a long show with the format anyway.
You know what? Is JHawk, can you recall a night where because every time you see a tournament, even J-Lit, everything, there are non-tournament matches sprinkled in. Can you ever recall a tournament where it's just straight tournament straight through?
Not off the top of my head. Honestly, the closest thing I can think of, the WWF did the Wrestling Classic in 1985. They only had one non-tournament match, and that was Hogan Piper for the title. And then for some reason, they did that between the quarterfinals and semifinals. Like, that wasn't even between the semifinals and final.
Interesting. They were just giving them a little breather, I guess.
Yeah, but that's the closest thing I can think of. I can't recall any show where it had a tournament that was just a tournament. Yeah, I'm sure it's happened. I just can't think of any off the top of my head.
These guys would be ridden into the ground if they don't get any time to rest. They have those tournament matches too. That's crazy.
But our opening contest is for the Enjoy Championship in the semifinal of the tournament. Mikey Montgomery defending against Matt Tremont. I don't know if they corrected this on the YouTube feed or not. JGold, let me know. But I know Gem Fair headset was really not working right the first few minutes of this match. Very hard to hear her early on.
You know what? I don't think I even noticed, to be honest. Veda's voice sometimes grades on you and takes over the whole sound of the broadcast. So
okay, maybe they fixed that in poke. I don't know. But Tremont grabs the fork early and then gets reminded that it's not a death match, that there are actually rules.
And I will say, I was dreading this match, and I thought because Tremont, I was like, I don't need Tremont's not. I have never seen Tremont in a match lately where he's just chain wrestling, and I was wrong. I'm going to say I was wrong about it. Tremont actually can wrestle and can do things in the ring. He doesn't have great hops. He's not getting off the ground, but he really does. He can put power moves together, and Mikey's the right guy for him in that setup.
Yeah, and I like a match like this with where you do have the contrasting styles. It could be a really good match. It could be a really bad match, or really very rarely any in between. We get a really good one out of this, luckily.
Yeah.
They work very well together. You mentioned Tremont power. Mikey go for a moonsault at one point. Tremont catching him in midair and then power slam him.
Yep.
brilliant spot.
That spot on the outside, they were outside on the seats, and Mikey was going as full speed into the seats onto Tremont. I don't know how that doesn't hurt. I mean, I ask, every time I ask Bishop something about like that, he'll be like, "Yeah, that sucked." I need more like description of how you actually feel after falling into non-folding chairs, like banquet chairs. It's gotta hurt like hell.
I'm sure it hurts. Yeah, I'm sure it does. I'm sure adrenaline's going, so you just kind of like turn your brain off and do it.
Yeah.
I'm sure if you act nicely, Bishop will bomb you into a pile chair and let you know.
He would. He's never said no to me, so he definitely would do that. I'm pretty sure. Oy.
Yeah. But pretty simple story being told. Mikey is trying to get the Blu-ray driver in on the bigger Tremont and can't do it a couple of different times. Once he just can't hold him. The second time he actually does get hit with the fork, which was not a DQ. But Mikey does get the win with the Blu-ray driver in 12:51 to retain the title and advance to the final. And post-match, Matt Tremont, in a show of respect, giving Mikey Montgomery a cone fork.
I liked it. I thought the match was good, and I was glad that that's kind of led things off because it wasn't boring. Yeah, I didn't want to see a chain match. I needed something that was like more out there, so I was glad about that.
Okay, from there we have our second semifinal match. It was Josh Bishop taking on Erica Lee. If you've seen an Erica Lee singles match recently, pretty much the same story. Erica Lee thinks she's bigger and stronger than she really is.
I gotta be honest, she's pretty big.
She is big, but the gimmick is that she's not as big as she thinks she is.
Yeah, but she's pretty big. If you put her in the ring against like Rhea Ripley or Raquel Gonzalez, she's the same size.
Yeah, I mean it's not like Bishop dwarfed her. Like Bishop's bigger, but it's not like he dwarfed her or anything.
Yeah, but he literally beat the shit out of her. Actually, the entire match, he just beat the shit out of her. That's all it was.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Erica got lawn darted into the ring post at one point.
Yep.
I love the Enjoy crowd. Because instead of chanting "She's so big," they start chanting "He's so small" at Bishop, which is fucking great. I loved it.
And he played it off too. It got him all fired up when they started yelling at him about that. Yeah. They did that, and then he caught her with the sidewalk slam, the spin, the black hole slam. Oh man, that was good. Like she took an ass whooping, and she kicked out of a lot of moves. The only move she didn't kick out of was the 187 bomb, but he did everything like he did that you could possibly do, and she kicked out. So kudos to her, because I honestly was like, if this goes any other way without him like squishing her into the mat, I'm going to be surprised. But she sold me on it. It was good.
Yeah, absolutely. My favorite spot, I think, was Erica Lee doing the body slam and leg drop a la Hogan Andre and Bishop kicking out. That was great.
Yeah.
Bishop caught the spear, turned it into the Bishop bomb for the pin, 11:40. This was fun.
Yeah. I think Josh shows a lot of range, and Erica is that kind of wrestler where she can get serious. So when they were doing power moves and stuff, she was definitely taking an ass whooping, and then when she in the beginning she could goof a little, but yeah, it definitely fun. I had another match that I was like pleasantly surprised with. There's another one in here that I did not like, but we'll get to it. From
there, our next semifinal match, Andrew Palak against Effie.
I nothing this match. I have nothing, like there's nothing that gets me hyped up about either one of these dudes, and I like Effie, but I don't. If you told me that's a semi, I'd be like, why? Why is that a thing? Like, it didn't do anything for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't have a ton of notes
former
on it.
Challenger for the IWGED title.
Yeah, I don't have a ton of notes on this match. It was fine.
Cookie cutter. Very cookie cutter.
Now, we originally planned this review for much earlier than what we're actually doing at end, because I made a comment about Effie's ass-based offense, because it's like right after the last show we talked about that.
Listen, Effie does what Effie does. I mean, he had the GCW title in the promos, which I thought was different. I've never seen, and Butters, you know, that should get you fired up that Mikey can't hold the other belt, our big blue belt on Enjoy, if Effie's coming in with the GCW title.
I mean, it is what it is, brother.
Whatever, Enjoy. Anyway, yeah, I didn't really.
We were given a proper reason, and I agreed with it. And
of course, I'm just busting balls.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't need them messaging me and being like, "What the hell? Why is
No, I'm busting balls.
JGold shooting on us?"
No, I don't shoot on anybody. Yeah, I just it is what it was. Like it didn't do it didn't feel like a big match for a tournament that was going to lead to the world title.
Effie got the pin with the Sack Rider in 10:57.
Sack Rider.
Oh yeah.
What do you call it?
I know. I just think it's funny. I love it. I think it's just so silly.
Okay, from there we get away from the tournament, even though we've got a tournament match left, and given the circumstance, I kind of get it, but it still seems weird to me. We've got a match under Best Business Rules. The Best Business Bureau against Holly Dead and the Runway. And basically, Derek Carter makes referee Nick Shin read off the rule, and it sounds like you're watching one of those old Chicago matches from the 1950s. You only get one save, like a tag team, throwing over the top rope, a DQ, like a bunch of other rules I didn't bother writing down and marking down. But,
I'm surprised, in 2025's best referee Nick Shin was able to keep it all in his head. There were so many rules. I don't know how he was able to keep track of everything. So I don't know. Darius Carter's one of my favorite heels in wrestling, in the indies. He's just so unlikable. You feel like he cares so little for you as a fan. I love that. Yeah.
Now I will sit here and say, I get that the Best Business Bureau are heel, and that Veda Scott and Jim Fair are supposed to treat them like heel, can be like, oh, this is horrible. But they kept talking about how unfair these rules were. We just had a fashionista street fight the show before that, so it's okay for the babyface to get their match, but not the heel to get theirs.
Yeah.
That bothered me a little bit. I get commentary put them over at the dastardly heel, and with the finish being what it was, they were able to do that. But the entire match, I can't believe they're doing these rules. Why? Maybe if we did this match first, before the fashionista street fight, I could buy that argument. But
yeah, I get it. I thought the rules were silly. I think Eel O'Neill is a better face. He was I remember seeing him. We watched, and maybe Butters. I don't know if you started watching with us at that point, but I think Mars was still around. We watched some show. Oh man, was it in Brooklyn? And Eel O'Neill was a face, and the fans ate him up. They just loved him as this face in peril, and he was the underdog. And I feel like Eel O'Neill's a better face. I feel like it's hard to make it happen. Him and Jordan Blade, as that all the time. I believe it sometimes. Tonight, during this match, I did. But I also feel like Eel O'Neill's a better face. But I love the Runway, so I didn't care. I don't care what happens to any, I love the Runway, and Darius Carter should team up. Then I'd be the happiest guy. I'd watch Enjoy all the time for that faction.
No, but I like this match. I honestly kind of like the old school feel to the rule, especially because in this day and age, being an old school wrestler makes you a heel. I did actually kind of like that. And again, the finish being what it was. Jordan Blade distracts Nick Shin. Darius Carter hits a pile driver on Tyler Klein, which is supposed to be an automatic DQ underneath these rules. And Tyler Klein gets pinned in 11:31. And because of all the controversy and chicanery and shenanigans,
lots of it,
out comes Giggy Heim. And we already know we got a cage on December 13th anyway. Let's bring these people back and make it War Games. Fantastic. Love it.
War Games in one cage, so it's more of just it's a skirmish games, She did
a really great William Regal voice too, and she announced it.
She did.
It's not really a full war. It's more of a skirmish of a battle.
Yeah, but there's also not two rings, so it is.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
what I'm saying. That's
still
why
War Games. It's just not a double cage War Games.
Yeah, unless you've got
it's not the match beyond. Let's put it that way.
Right.
Yeah, unless you got some serious money like an independent promotion, you're not doing a 2-ring, 2-cage war game.
They did it in Remarkable out East Long Island.
Remarkable also tried to do an elimination chamber. So
he built one. I heard it was great.
You just tell your beans, sir.
Yeah. I heard it was great.
Try to convince Pedro to buy that elimination chamber cage.
Yes.
AIW.
I heard it was great. That's all. I know that Bagelmonger, I think, was doing timekeeper for that match, and Jack Solomon was doing play-by-play. I heard that was great. I got to be honest. We should get Kono to build one for AIW, yes.
All right. We have the intermission from there. We come back from intermission with our final semifinal match of the evening. Jamie Lynn Senegal taking on MV Young, who is a Kenny Kick replacement. And now we've got Jamie taking credit for Kenny Kick not being here. Which at least Veda Scott called it and went, Billy Dixon already took credit for that. Like, you can't both be responsible for it.
So I have good news and bad news about this match. The good news is MV Young looks fantastic. He's lost weight. He looks great. Okay. The bad news is Jamie Senegal's a terrible wrestler. Can't help it. Terrible. That match was terrible. They don't normally have terrible matches on Enjoy. That match was terrible. I like MV Young. I was glad at the outcome. He looks great, but that match was terrible. So I didn't. Another one. 2 out of the 4 matches for the world title did not feel like they were world title worthy. That's what I'm saying about those 2 matches. One was not remarkable. The other one was just plain out bad.
I didn't necessarily think this one was bad, but I wouldn't call it. I don't want to call that one of my favorite matches by any means. All right, from there we have the Enjoy Tag Team Championship on the line.
Oh, you didn't have the intermission on your side?
The intermission was before the Jamie Lynn and MV Young match.
Oh, is that where that was?
Yeah,
it was long.
Did they kept the intermission on the YouTube feed?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. All right. Yep.
All right, but we got the Enjoy Tag Team Championship. TME, the champion, defending against David Lawless, Esquire, and Billy Dixon.
Okay.
Interesting match here.
Yes. Billy Dixon got the shit beat out of him, but David Lawless is one of my absolute favorite indie wrestlers. And if you want good positivity, David Lawless is one of my favorite. And all 4 guys in this match I like. So I had no issues with. Was that announced, that tag match? How come he didn't say it in his promo? Did he say it in his promo? I'm trying to go back and think in my head.
I don't think he did. I could be wrong. I only noted the funny kept stuff in the promo if he did mention it, but.
Well, I was pleasantly surprised.
I believe it was advertised. Is that your question, though?
I do feel like Enjoy is running into some of the similar issues that I'm seeing across like certain shows. The tag divisions are light. We need more tag team wrestling.
Defunct Pro Wrestling has a really good tag division. Let me just say that.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, you got to realize a show like this, though, they're only put room on the card. We got a 3-hour show like it was.
Yeah, no, you're right. But I do think Enjoy is starting to. TME is cleaning out the division, and they're starting to run into the. I can see, in 3-4 months, you say to yourself, who's supposed to beat these guys? Because they are they're an unstoppable force. It's crazy.
But we get a nice little, relatively formulaic but pretty good tag team matchup here. At one point, you mentioned Billy Dixon getting the shit kicked out of him. Duke Davis chops him. The crowd chants, "Take his shirt off." So Duke does and just lights him the fuck up.
Yeah. Yes. Yep. Billy's shirt was torn right from his. Imagine taking a chop through your denim overalls and then your shirt has to be torn open. Just ow.
But we get a lot of standard stuff. We got Duke at the getting fake in peril for a while. We get the spot where Galen's about to make the hot tag and Dixon pulls Duke off the apron to avoid it. Basic stuff like that. We get the hot tag. Duke hits Billy Dixon with the pound, but the referee pulls the referee to avoid the pin. We get Billy Dixon with the low blow.
The referee pulls the referee? What?
That what I said, fuck. It's late.
I think I understand.
Lawless pulled the referee.
Lawless pulled him, okay. He just was probably checking on him. You got to make sure he's okay.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, but Dixon hits the low blow. Lawless hits the cutter. Dixon pins Davis for the title in 1735. It is announced as a title change. Yep. But wait. Giggy's like, we're not having the title change hands that way. Restart the match. I fully expect David Lawless to file a lawsuit over this.
Yeah, you have a little bit. You have legs on this now, but I did think that you should have let him just take it. I think that would have been amazing. A surprise. Didn't go by the book for Enjoy. Holy crap! Now Billy Dixon and David Lawless have our belts. I think that would have been the better booking decision. Because again, you're cleaning out the division now. If you had them, you'd have a whole fresh new set of storylines.
Yeah, but the match is restarted. The restart goes all of 40 seconds. TME get the win. They are announced as the new champion by the ring announcer, but I don't believe they're going to be recognized as 2 separate title changes. I believe it's going to be considered one continuous reign for TME.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think that's going to, since the match wasn't official.
Yeah, for what it's worth, cage match, let's get all like one match. But again, I honestly don't know how Enjoy going to handle that moving forward. We'll find out on the 13th, I guess, when they do with the commentary. But at the end of the day, TME walk in with the belt, they walk out with the belt. And then we've got the main event of the evening. It is the final of the Supersonic tournament.
Supersonic.
Mikey Montgomery, the Enjoy champion, defending against Effie, Josh Bishop, and MV Young in a four-way match.
Now that's a fun lineup. How they got there or whatever, but this was a fun, and Mikey looked tiny in the ring to start the match. Did you just he didn't have any wrist tape on or anything? Like his arms looked small. Like those guys all dwarfed him when he was in the ring. Like and then he started throwing punches at all of them, and they just beat the crap out of him and threw him out of the ring.
Yeah, not even 90 seconds in, and we get Bishop and MV one-on-one, and I would like to see this as a full one-on-one match.
Mm-hmm.
And the teasings we got of that were fantastic.
Did they ever wrestle in AIW?
I don't even think MV Young wrestled AIW if he had been one.
I meant Mikey and Bishop. Did they ever wrestle each other in AIW?
I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I'll try to look it up.
I don't think so.
I don't think
not even when they were Bitcoin Boys versus Wes and Josh, or no?
Maybe then, but that maybe if you're not in a singles.
Okay.
They were both in the first Cybernetico, and they were on the same team, so against each other. No.
And MV Young, I don't know if he'll ever be in AIW just because of the Pittsburgh Cleveland thing, but I don't know. I would like to see him against somebody like Dom or Derek and have them, in an AIW ring, because I believe he wrestled Derek already. So
Josh, you could make that happen next year. We could make that happen
for Defunct.
Yeah,
sounds good. That one might be on my approved list. Butters.
I mean, it's the mysterious benefactors can absolutely sponsor matches and make them happen.
Sir.
So
yes, sir. Yeah, I think we can do that. I'd like to see that.
Yeah. Write down your list of stuff you want to see. We'll make it. We'll have a promotion. We'll make it happen.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, but we got a basic story here. Every time Mikey tries to get back in the match, he keeps getting taken out of the equation. It's largely a three-way. We get Bishop bringing a table in. Bishop goes to put Mikey through a table, and Mikey uses the fork that Tremont gave him to prevent going into it. That was a nice little touch.
Mm-hmm.
Then he threw Bishop onto the table, and the table didn't break. And believe it or not going through the table hurt more than going through the table.
That's what they say, right?
And yeah. We get the finish comes. MV go to take Mikey down with the Pittsburgh plunge. Mikey counters into a small package for the pin in 16:30. I love this match a lot. I'm not big on multi-man matches. I do prefer 4-way to 3-way if you're going to do it. There's more you can do with it. This was fun.
Yeah. This is how you want to do a title match. I think the ending was a little abrupt, but this is how you want to do a title match. And I did enjoy it. I really did. I thought this was if you're going to culminate it with having Mikey defend against, his titles on the line, having him against three guys who are massively larger than him, and the odds are stacked against him. I like that very much.
The only time that JHawk was a part of a three-way, he ended up in a cuck chair while the two of them went at it and left him on the sidelines. That's why he doesn't like those.
Cuck chair. The cuck chair. Can I ask? Cuck chair's only been around. We weren't saying cuck chair like.
I feel like that needs to be
a
finishing move. It's called the cuck chair.
but we weren't saying cuck chair like 10 years ago, right?
That's my second finisher, my backup finisher. My first finisher is the backshot driver.
Finisher, get it? Backup finisher, yeah.
And the backup finisher is the cuck chair.
On your back finisher.
Yeah.
Cuck chair.
Leaves them on their back, baby. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
What have I done?
Yes, you just jump in and give us dirty words.
Dirty words.
But yeah, I would say JHawk. Let's do the amount. Let's do our review there. I would say I'm going to go with I was a little down on Enjoy the last few episodes, so this one I'm going to get back in it and give it. I'm going to go 3.75 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm going to give it 4 Supersonic out of 5.
And I've recused myself from the show because I watched bits and pieces of it. I've been having a hard time watching wrestling and kind of being able to review it and stuff. I was just smarter to recuse myself at this point, but I enjoy listening to this review. I enjoyed, remembering some of the stuff they talked about, because I did watch a vast majority of the show, but
Yeah, I know you watch it on the Patreon either live or the next day, but it's been a while, and I know stuff you don't retain very well if you're
No, I
you're
usually watch so much, and there's been a lot going on in my life, so it's just kind of been yeah.
Yeah, we've had this. It's been a slow as far as
2025 has been messy. It's not been great. It's just not been a great year.
Since the summer, it's been a little messy. We're doing our best to navigate through it to get to the end of the year and regroup. But yeah, this was a good show to watch. I haven't gotten a chance to really get. I've watched a lot of AIW, and I haven't seen a whole lot of indie since ETU, all of ETU, and most of Creative Pro, and that's. I haven't seen the stuff from down south like I used to, watching Action and those kind of shows. So I got to get back going doing that again. It makes me happy.
I do want to watch from this past Sunday the DPW show because there's Eric Stevens, Roderick Strong's on there. Violence is Forever is in a ladder match for the tag team titles. And I saw Dom do a package pile driver on some ladders. I need to see this. We need to review this.
Was that Miracle Generation?
Yeah, Miracle Generation, and I think the tag team that left NXT and started showing up places. Grizzled Young Vets, yeah.
I was at that DPW show where they made their first surprise appearance. They couldn't have been nicer, by the way. Two nicest dudes.
That was like a triple threat ladder match. We need to. I know you are not a huge fan of them, JGold, but we need to watch them. So
no, I have my issues, but we'll figure that out. There's zero issues with it for the show.
So I think we might review that next week, or we might have an interview. Who knows?
We'll figure it out. At this
point, I don't have anything written down. We just kind of fly by the seat of our pants.
That's right.
Through the end of the year. Don't know if there's going to be a year-end awards this year. I looked at it today, was kind of thinking about it. We'll see. I don't know what's going to happen. It's
all right.
It's all up in the air. We'll just go by how we feel, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's the way the year's been. Might as well just kind of make it how we feel instead of what we're obligated to do.
Yep.
So, I guess plugs.
All right. Follow me on Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and Blue Sky at JHawk, Instagram at JHawk1539. And I don't think I have anything going on at this point until the end of November. Wrestling wise. And I've got one official booking left this year, and that's November 22nd, I think. So plug that when we get a little closer.
You can't do the 15th, right? That's your son's play.
My son got to play on the 15th. I will not be at Neo Pro.
Okay. So Neo Pro Wrestling, we just did a music video for the Triple Threat. That's out on our Facebook and our Instagram and our Twitter. So check that out. It kind of recaps the year of the IW Guide title. Mikey just hit 1 year on Saturday of being the IW Guide champion. I believe he had 7 defenses this year. This will be his 8th coming up, I believe. I might be wrong. I might be off by 1. It might be the 7th coming up, and he's done 6. I can't remember.
I think it's the 7th. I will double check that real quick for you.
So that's going to happen on November 15th in Canton. So please come check that out. Please come support. It's going to be Zay Garcia, Sammy Suntheimer, and Mikey Montgomery in a triple threat for the belt. I'm just going to let them go and settle all their differences in the ring at once. Hopefully Mikey can retain and or Zay wins, or anything but Sammy winning would be great.
And that will
I can't stand him.
That will be Mikey 7th title defense.
7th title defense. Okay. So I mean, he did pretty good. 6 defenses this year. Cheeseburger, Gary J. I mean, some big names. So that's pretty cool. BK Westbrook. Yeah. Really, really happy with that match. Also, trading cards are getting closer to coming out. Now that JGold is back to work, him and I are going to collab and get that taken care of.
That's right.
So we can get those and then start getting those out after Thanksgiving weekend, I think is when we're going to make it. I'm going to make it happen. Might have to do some driving to get some autographs and get some things done, but Looks like probably Thanksgiving weekend is when those will drop publicly for everybody. And I'm already working on season 4, which will feature my card. So far, I have confirmed names Dominic Arini, Josh Bishop, and Isaiah Broner will be on cards, and a mystery 4th person I have not confirmed yet. I did talk to Danhausen about it. He can't do cards yet until next year. So maybe by the time I'm ready to do it, he'll be able to be on a card. I don't know. We'll see.
I dig it. All right, you can. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, that was it. Also, Charlie_Butters on Twitter if you want to follow me or whatever.
All right, you can follow me on Instagram, on Twitter at JGold12. Rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen to us. Our Twitter handle is IWGuide1. The YouTube page and Patreon.com/IWGuide. Don't forget about the merch store over at BrainbusterTees.com and Gorilla Press Apparel. We are part of the Main Event Wrestling Network. We have a bunch of shows on there. The Wrestling Junkies, On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, Tino's Time, Blog World Order, Vicious Rants, Vicious Karaoke, and my show, the NXT Night Shift, Tuesday nights at 10:15. Tomorrow night is our Halloween episode, and I have a costume that I'm not going to even show my friends here on the Indie Wrestling Guide until tomorrow, which would be Tuesday. Today we record on a Monday.
He's going to dress up like a bag of dicks.
It's so stupid.
I'm totally going to have his shirt off, and they're going to get banned from YouTube. It's going to be.
I am going to have my shirt off, so I'm just saying that. Yes. At Odds with Wrestling, the card is going to change. The Super Fantastic Podcast and Marks with Mikes. Our other friends, Monsters in the Toy Box, Toy Hio, Rubber City Toys, Neo Pro Wrestling, OKCR Creations, Stash Pages, and Pally's Beef Jerky by our friend Kaplan. That's all I got this week.
You got to show off them pierced nips on JGold.
That's right.
Life's short. Watch more indie wrestling or don't. I don't control what you do. Later.
Don't forget to review and subscribe wherever you listen to us. Find us online at Facebook and Instagram at the Indie Wrestling Guide. And on X or Twitter at IWGuide1.